All right, welcome everybody. Okay, so this is going to be one of my important talks with you. Welcome to SatoshiCheck, guys. And I want to talk today about a lot of things. So before I get started, um, I am always for you guys working around the clock, and I really want this to be at the forefront um, of everybody in here. For those that have been here since the start of this merger, I've worked with Connor Kenny for a while now before the merger. I was his go-to trader, and then we did the merger. I've been in crypto for about 3 cycles. You guys know a little bit about that story. And what comes with that is not a badge of honor. What comes with that is just experience in the markets. And today I wanted to do more of a beginner's video. And I'm going to be rolling out a series. I'm working on it. I've already started 2 videos. I'm touching them up, really going over some things. But I really want to talk about this market, this cycle for those that may be new, and for those that are really invested right now in this market. And nothing I say is financial advice, nor will I show you a coin. The great thing about this group is you can't find many groups like us. The reason why is because there's a lot of groups out there that they're self-centered. They want to show you coins that make them profit and don't tell you when to take profit, or they're just plain out scam artists. We run a legitimate group at the Crypto Strategy School. Shout out to Tyler, Garvin, all the great people out there that are really behind the scenes working, Connor, all the coaches that work with us, just amazing, phenomenal people. Each and every one of us bring a specific asset to this group. And that's what I want to get into today. And also want to get into the way cryptocurrency works. And one thing I want to say today is sometimes patience in holding cash is a better position than consistently trading. And I've learned this. You don't have to, this is, nothing's financial advice. You can do whatever you want. But I'm telling you, a winning strategy sometimes means sitting cash on the side. And sometimes a winning strategy, especially if you are new, even if you're not new, being in a group is one of your biggest assets. And being in this group is a huge asset. And I want to go over today what's been in my mind, what I've been working on. Now, I've showed you guys some of my portfolio, but that's outside of Bitcoin. My largest holdings are in Bitcoin, but that's beside the point, right? We're all here. I can firmly say that we all are waiting for the altcoin season. I know some, what's funny about me is I achieved my goals with Bitcoin, okay? But what's different about me is I'm not stuck on just shilling Bitcoin to everybody and saying every other coin is shit other than Bitcoin. And the reason why is Bitcoin is amazing. Okay, it's changed my life. Currently, I get to travel. This is home base for me. For me, I'm a very simplistic person. I have 3 setups. Downstairs, I have a setup, and me and me and a partner that comes by. He trades with me. And then home base for me. I get to live a life of luxury, and I'm not talking about materialistic things. You see people post their Lamborghinis. I don't post any of that bullshit. It doesn't really mean anything to me. Financial freedom is everything to me. And that's what I want to give to you guys. So I want you guys to take this video very seriously, and I want you guys to take the upcoming videos very seriously. And I want one thing, and I ask one thing from you. Just, nothing is financial advice, but just hear me out on this. Okay, guys, not even a week ago, okay? I took off all of our long trades. We crushed our trades, and I went silent on trades. We had another trader come in, so I said I stepped back because the new trader, he's great, and he's posted so many trades. You don't need to be in 30 trades. He's already posting a good amount of good trades, and I'm like, okay, he's gonna be doing the trades. I'm gonna be posting on there. When I see some ones, you guys know we have a very large win weight with those trades. I mean, we had like a 3x long and did like a 300%. I mean, we win, and that's what we like to do. We win. Nothing's promised, but that's what we do. I like to win. And if you don't see me saying go balls to the wall right now, it's probably definitely meaning I am taking a position of physically getting back to myself mentally. One thing I advise, and this is a suggestion, not more of like you need to do, but I take time for myself. I go to CrossFit. I, take care of my health. I work on myself every day mentally. Number one, because number one, the screens. I'll give, and this is just some light from what I've learned in crypto. Um, Nobody's there for you when you have nothing. Okay, I remember I was in a relationship, and I had everything in crypto, and I remember the look on her face. She says, "You're an irresponsible man that would never grow up, and you don't know what you're doing." And I said, "But everybody in here says I'm one of the best traders." "Oh, that doesn't matter. You don't know what you're doing because you don't put your money in the bank account like normal people." Fast forward, when the money came in, it was a whole different story, and I realized I needed to find someone that supported me. Um, Long story short is, not everybody's going to be there for you when things are hard, but the key is every cycle is different, but I have never seen a cycle end at such a low retail volume, everybody in paranoia. Okay, what I mean by paranoia is nobody knows whether we're going to get this altcoin season. And I told everybody I have not called one altcoin season because the charts just do not say so. I called for Bitcoin dominance to climb 2 months ago. I think Benjamin Cohen was echoing that. He always echoes that, so I don't even get over. But I've been calling for that. And one of the other things is I don't get off on saying my calls are the best. There is people in here that are new traders that are going to have a better call that day, a better trade that day, and that's okay. But what I want to talk about is positioning before the trend happens, and that's how winners are made. And so today I want to talk about being a beginner in crypto and what I look for in the mistakes I made. So hopefully my suggestions, which are not financial advice, can help you be successful. And during this course that you are here, and I hope you stay indefinitely because we're like a family here, okay? One of the things I want to tell you guys is when things are going and the market is going, we're doing multiple 2X's, and I can say this for our group. Not as far as leverage. I won't go as far as to say there hasn't been better leverage trades. Not at all. Not to say, our leverage trades are, whack. We hit 8 out of 10, if not 9 out of 10, usually on all of our leverage trades that I've posted at least. And, you can't always win all of them. But I'm not going to post 20 trades and win 10 of them. That's not the type of person I am. I'm going to take out of a month, say somebody posts 40 trades and 22 of those are winners. No, I'm going to post 10 trades and all 10 are going to be bangers. If not 9 out of 10 are going to be bangers. And that's the most important thing that I've learned is preserving capital. And leverage in the market equals greed. And it also is something that can take out your net worth. I had some messages from some people that were irresponsible. They were great people. That it doesn't mean that they were bad people. It doesn't even mean really that they were irresponsible. It's just that when you leverage trade, it becomes an addiction, like gambling. and you win, and then you want to go full force and you lose it all. It's a game the market makers play. And so I want to talk about, if you're a beginner and you're coming in here, one thing I do for you guys, one thing that you guys are here paying on this channel that I do, I'm researching. And I do this for a living, so you guys don't have to worry about when you're at work. Am I doing my job? I'm always doing my job. Now, this is the thing here, is if you're a beginner in crypto, I have a vesting schedule. I'm going to repost a couple of these things this week. How to vet a crypto, excuse me. But these are the things that I have put together. And I want to ask you if this makes sense. Usually I would start out with saying a 75% allocation to Bitcoin. Now, with that being said, Bitcoin's a little bit high, but we do not know what the cap is on Bitcoin. But we can reasonably say that we're not probably going to get a 10x out of Bitcoin, at least not this cycle, right? And so I wanted to go through some charts, okay, talk about what I see, okay, and talk about a beginner's portfolio. Look, like I said, I repeat over and over, this is not financial advice, but I have gone through the trials and tribulations of losing, and I have found, believe it or not, Warren Buffett has always been right. Not about his predictions about the market, and sure, his market predictions are great, but the thing is one thing that he has right is too diversified portfolio. Like if you're sitting on 20 different cryptocurrencies, I'm sorry, that's some people's prerogative and they do very well. That's not me. I find cryptocurrencies that I know have a use case, have backing, have funders, and have use cases. And now even more so, I'm looking at use cases. The reason why is we are talking about entering the era of tokenization, real world assets, on-chain, everything. We're talking about on-chain real world asset tokenization. We're talking about on-chain dApps. We're talking about on-chain data centers. Everything. We're going into a digital economy. I talked about this last time. Is millennials and below are we're going to see the greatest wealth transfer of all time in the next 10 to 15 years, and that's going to be shifted into cryptocurrency. If you're here, nothing is promised, but I'm telling you, you're on the frontier. You're in the wild, wild west, and welcome, welcome. Do not leave. If I could give you any suggestion, and I can't promise anything, but if you don't leave, you did not lose. Because if you make mistakes, you'll learn from them. But I'm here to try to mitigate those mistakes. Like I said, nothing's a promise. I can't promise you that I, will save you or give you a 30x. But I can promise you that I will do my best to mitigate the risk for you. Now, I'm going to talk about what I have, and this is a Sunday night, and I promise you guys to come out with a video. Here I am. I'm also scheduled for this week. And so any questions you guys have, bring them to tomorrow, and please dive in deep. Ask me any questions you have, anything you want to hear. You guys asked for a late evening session. 5 p.m. was what you guys wanted. I could do just 2 hours after that, which wasn't bad. I knew you guys wanted the evening session, so I made sure I was here. I suited up, I showed up, I'm here. And one of the things I wanted to say was that I do not over diversify. I have a core portfolio that's like this, okay? It's very short, it's very to the point. Why? SatoshiCheck, why? Why aren't you invested in 10 different cryptocurrencies? Well, number one, I can't monitor 20 cryptocurrencies at one time. I may be looking at a screen at this chart, and this chart just literally throws a God candle at me, and I just totally miss taking profits on that, okay? And everybody can say, oh, well, it will go back, but sometimes we're not promised anything in here. And what I will do is anytime I'm taking profit, it will be posted. Everybody on this channel who's been here, last month, we did multiple 2Xs, okay? And I can speak for this group on spot trading. We have been the most successful. The SatoshiCheck channel has been the most successful on spot trading. I do that to mitigate risk. Okay. And leverage trading, I'm there with you guys too. And we also have great traders. So we're getting the best of both worlds here. Now, what I want to talk about is why I am hyper focused on what some people are missing. What is the biggest narrative? SatoshiCheck, it's AI. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Okay. So we know AI is going to be hyped up. It's going to be hyped up this season, but I've saw so many AI coins die. I've seen so many that are worthless, but I've also seen a few keepers. One of the ones on my radar that I am invested in is Cookie DAO. The reason why is it's all about attention economy. Okay. They are already in Grayscale's list of top 20 research. I believe, yes, they're on Grayscale's top 20 research. They are getting real world recognition. It's a great, it has decent tokenomics, and I'm going to show you those in a minute. But I'm going to break down my core altcoin portfolio. But before I do, I want to talk to you about the cycle. I know you guys have been hearing, if you're new, about this mysterious altcoin cycle. Basically, okay, and I know you guys have read, okay, and you're like, I've read this, but hear it from somebody who's been here, okay, and hear it from somebody that's going to be helping you to the best of my ability. And trust me, when it's game on, it's game on. And when it's seriously game on, I don't think you want to miss it, because things get serious. I don't take a break, not even an hour. I'm up usually 20 out of 24. And so what I will say is, if I'm not saying trade every single day, sometimes I'm not trading every single day, because that is specifically a position. That is strategic positioning. When you are not over trading, it's strategic. In a lot of times, what a lot of influencers don't tell you is you're seeing them online like, oh, buy this meme coin, buy this. The whole time they've already positioned themselves in it and they're shilling it to you. Okay, that's not how we do things at the Crypto Strategy School, and that's not how we operate. So no, I'm not going to shill you something every day and say buy, 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 buy. But I will tell you a few cryptocurrencies that are in great buy zones right now, okay, and why I have chosen them. Number one is going to be Moonwell, okay? And, sorry, I don't know why this is acting up. Okay, it's not acting up. Okay, Moonwell. I'm going to talk about Moonwell and why I am so bullish on Moonwell, okay? So, it has a market cap. It's 93% bullish. It has only $136 million market cap. Okay, it's got about 5 billion, well, with about 3/4 of it, or close to that, circulating about 3.34 billion out of 5 billion. 5 billion is not a lot. We got to think Turbo has 64 billion, and has, I mean, there's a lot of tokens out there with a lot more. And Moonwell, this is what I have. Took a lot of great deal in time. Okay, with the Genius Act, okay, with legislation coming in from the United States, from the UK, from everywhere, it is about financial. It is not, AI is part of 4IR, and I'm going to discuss that in today's video. But what I believe that is going to catch people by surprise is everybody is going to be expecting the AI narrative to run the bull run. I do not believe that. Listen, I've been around for a while and I have a different take. This is my take. Stablecoin, Circle, okay? Circle. For over a year, my group, well, when I say my group, Connor Kenny's group at first, now we're at the Crypto Strategy School as a group together. I was telling everybody, Axlar. They're like, dude, it hasn't done anything. I said, listen, it has more partnerships than anybody in the game, pretty much. And it focuses on composability of stablecoin issuance, and plays a pivotal role, and is partnered with Circle. Okay, it is partnered with JP Morgan to help facilitate their payment rails and it facilitates their interoperability, which JP Morgan in their Future Wealth Management paper on page 49 explicitly says Axelar out of Chainlink, out of Wormhole, out of Layer 0, it said we will be using Layer 0, we will be using Wormhole, but Axelar is the #1 protocol we have chosen. And JP Morgan, as you guys know, has came up with a more institutional banking coin, which is more for banking transactions, and that's the JPM coin. Now, Axelar, okay, positions itself in the midst of, it is not a direct stable coin like curved out, like only focused on stablecoin yield. No, it is the infrastructure needed in order to access liquidity throughout various blockchain ecosystems. And in order to do that, you're talking about Circle, Tether, you're talking about various blockchain ecosystems communicating with each other, being able to move liquidity across chain. And that itself positions Axelar as one of the #1 contenders in my book. First of all, it was the #1 interoperability cryptocurrency on Base, one of the top on Base. It is, if you look up Base interoperability, it's Axelar, Chainlink, CCIP, Wormhole. Wormhole has taken a beating. Why did everybody on everybody on X was screaming, oh, Wormhole, Wormhole, Wormhole. I told everybody, not interested. Okay, they copycatted off of Axelar. They got a bunch of funding to try to compete with Axelar, and they couldn't compete with the stack. That's why XRP Ripple chose, Axelar. Now they are integrating as of literally like 2 or 3 days ago. They're putting Wormhole in there for some purposes, and that just goes to show you the big guys, Sui, Cardano, Bitcoin, various Baby, Babylon, you name it, the blockchains are unmatched. Their partnerships are unmatched. Microsoft, Deutsche Bank, Microsoft, JP Morgan Onyx, the amount of institutional partnerships, Ondo, Circle, it doesn't stop, okay? Now, what I want to get at is I am hyper-focused on stable coins and what is going to benefit from stable coins. Okay, SatoshiCheck, why are you bullish on Moonwell? As a beginner's portfolio, why would you suggest to me, nothing's financial based, why would you suggest Moonwell? Okay, the price is already 3x lower than its all-time high, 369. Okay, almost 4x, or about 3.5x, somewhere in there, lower than its all-time high. We've never seen an altcoin season. Okay, Moonwell has its own credit debit card that can be used worldwide, and you can get paid from your job and convert it to USDC with a yield. USDC. It also has XRP. So it has backed XRP, various utilities with major players. And Moonwell came from a Coinbase alumni. It has been, if you look here, it is, let's go over here to check out Moonwell. Moonwell was invested in by Coinbase itself. Okay, if you look here, fundraising, if you look at fundraising, okay, you will see, wait, let's go here. Fundraising. Okay, let's see. I'm not really, I don't know why it's changed. It has changed its layout. Let's see. Okay, so I don't know why it wants to change its layout today, but as far as fundraising go, it has top investors in Moonwell. They have a workable product and it incorporates USDC. Okay, I am looking at futuristic when we're going on into a digital economy. I'm looking at what will institutional investors see that they're like, that would be a good investment for me. And so when I see something like a credit card that is workable worldwide, that works with Circle, that is functional, and it is backed by Base and the Base ecosystem, which has a huge known, it's known that they collude with the Federal Reserve. I can't say that is factual, but Coinbase is known to collude with the Federal Reserve, and that is what I'm looking for. I am looking for things that will benefit from the rise of stablecoins. We cannot deny the fact that stablecoins are going to be one of the next big things. People were thinking CBDC. It turned out to be stablecoins. With stablecoins, if you look at DeFi, decentralized finance, that is something that's going to benefit from USDC, because if you can take a credit card, get paid from work, and you're receiving USDC, right? And that alone gives me, and it's also backed by Base, that is super bullish for me. Okay. Now, when I look at Axelar, when I look at Axelar, excuse me, I'm a little bit sick, but I'm getting over it. If you look at Axelar, it is one of my top bets for this cycle. Okay, and the reason why is because Axelar has recently, in the midst of all this, got a $30 million investment on the March 11th from Arrington Capital, Electric Capital, $30 million investment. They had an ETF application. These people are the real deal, okay? And it's blockchain infrastructure. I am hearing from a lot of, I have a couple buddies that are hedge fund managers. They're saying what's going to catch a lot of people by surprise is infrastructure plays, not these Ponzi-nomics, okay? You want to find cryptocurrencies that are solving a problem, and cryptocurrencies that have staying power, and cryptocurrencies that are constantly building. Axelar has been one of those choices for me. And I am extremely bullish on Axelar. And just to get to its previous all-time high without an altcoin season, 30, 60, 90, 120, you're looking at a 7 to 10x, okay? Just for it to get close to its all-time high, okay? And you guys saw what market makers were able to do with one candle. That thing shot up like a god candle. It's not done that just once, it's done that twice, okay? Axelar, when it's time to run, when I saw altcoin rallies in 2024, when we have 3-day altcoin rallies, what an altcoin rally is basically where Bitcoin dominance drops and we dip into an altcoin season, but it doesn't last. It's just like a few-day thing. Axelar ran one of the hardest, was one of the most gaining cryptocurrencies of the day for multiple days in a row for those 3 days. Axelar is an extremely high conviction play for me. Also, Virtual Bacon, some of you guys may know him. He's another huge, he's an angel investor, and he's a very smart guy as well. Axelar is on his RWA list. The cool thing about Axelar, which I cannot say for Wormhole, is Axelar is an RWA because it enables companies like JP Morgan, Deutsche Bank, with the DAMA 2 paper that I showed you guys, the DAMA 2, and I'm going to bring that up next video because I don't have it pulled up and I got to pull up some private information. But DAMA 2 talks about Deutsche Bank's explicit use of Axelar in their new financial digital economy in order to tokenize and use cross-chain logic and composability. Okay, Axelar is a key infrastructure play. Now, along this path, as you guys know, the last week or so may seem boring. Some weeks in the market may seem boring because you're like, why am I not getting trade alerts every day? That is something for people that do not want to protect capital. I'm not saying you can't trade every day, but I'm saying you need to protect capital. And right now, I am giving some high conviction plays of myself, and I am going to be going into what I think the market is where we're heading to. And the reason why I am saying I am loading up on altcoins, I am loading the boat up on altcoins. Axelar, Moonwell, Casfa. I have a large amount of CAS. I got in a bit early. I still believe in Caspa. You know, it has a lot of the growing pains I saw with Litecoin. You know, Litecoin wants this, say, oh, we're totally fair launch. I remember when I was on, when Litecoin first launched and they were first mining Litecoin, it had a bunch of issues. You know, its growing pains reminds me of Bitcoin, of Litecoin, and they're doing extremely great things. And the minds behind Caspa are excellent. And at the end of the day, when we switch to a digital economy, it's not going to be which VC bags they are invested in most. Eventually, the most sound cryptocurrencies will win out. The infrastructure, the real world use cases such as Moonwell with their credit card that can be used to gain yield to store your crypto. Axlar, a huge infrastructure play, opening up the XRPL to possibly billions of dollars of liquidity across EVM, Ethereum virtual machine, in the XRPL. And also, I want to go into Cookie DAO. Okay, here StarkNet has been another one, and I plan on using StarkNet, which is a layer 2 scaling solution for Ethereum as a spot trade for us. Okay, Cookie DAO is a great buy here in my opinion. Okay, now I'm just going to show you some of the things. Ecosystem, it's on the base ecosystem, BNB, Linea, BNB and base, advertising, governments, artificial intelligence. It kind of has the artificial intelligence, but it's attention economy. And what was a big thing that was talked about by hedge fund managers is we're moving into the digital economy, and hence we are going to be moving into the digital attention economy. And that's what Cookie DAO awards. It rewards people that are getting out there, putting the information out there, getting the views, the attention economy. It is a solid pick. The vesting is not bad in my opinion. And so let's see here. What do they got? Let's see. What do they got? Token unless. What do we got? Okay, so right here, there's 590.37 million, and there's about 408 million that haven't been unlocked, it looks like. So, like I said, their vesting schedule is not bad. It does look like it's set up for long-term growth. They have linear unlocks. But Cookie DAO is something that I'm looking for a solid spot trade for the group. And I will be posting sell alerts. Right now, for me, it is in a good place to be buying spot as well as Moonwell and Axlar. All three, to me, are in good positions as of right now at the time I am recording this video for spot buy. Now, one thing I want to get into is the market, and also something that I have found over the years. When everybody gets to a capitulation phase and they say, well, you start to see the tweets, I hate this crypto bull run, it's bullshit, nobody's going to make money. Those are the times that it catches everybody by surprise. And so I want to go in and tell you guys, do not give up faith, because this cycle has not been like a past cycle where we saw more of an altcoin season leading into the sell in May, go away, come back another day. Because we didn't really get that, does not mean the second half of the year won't be the most bullish time of the year. And it doesn't mean we won't even go into 2026. It's all going to depend on rate cuts. Trump is already, for the United States, saying we need lower interest rates. The pressure is on Powell to lower interest rates, okay? Now, just lowering interest rates is one thing, right? There's multiple ways, and we're looking for quantitative easing to come to a halt. When that comes to a halt, oh boy, you guys, we are going to be positioned, we are going to be ready, and we are going to be setting. Now, I always recommend storing in cold storage. If you do not take it off an exchange, you do not own that crypto. You own paper. That exchange owns your crypto. You do not own it, and they still can sell it. Okay, they can sell and move that crypto whenever they want. It just sits still in your account until you take it off into cold storage. My recommendation is Tangent. You can use whatever you want. Not financial advice, but these are a few that I want to focus on today, as well. I wanted to mention Aerodrome Finance. I called this at 30 cents. Nobody was talking about. I said 38 cents. I said, guys, load the boat up. Aerodrome Finance, DCA, DCA, DCA comes out. I knew it. I connected. Stable coins, base, circle equals base. Okay. Then it comes out, oh, it's going to be the largest DEX on base. Well, it's already the largest DEX on base, but then they said, oh, wow, it's going to be one of the biggest, one of the big players in the base ecosystem going forward for a liquidity hub for base. And so we 3X that play almost, okay? And I said, take profits, right? And so that's right now as the market's going on, right? But I'm going to be continuously researching, and I want to bring up today some altcoins, and I want to show you guys some things if this is going to work for me. Okay. I want to bring up a stock here. I don't know why it's not, okay, Tia, okay. So let's go to Tia. This is what I want you guys to see. This is why I like, when I post longs, I am going to be showing you guys this. But what I want to get into, if this wants to be a little, I don't know, I mean, I have high-speed internet, but if this wants to be a little low, I will say, this is not important, but what I want to get into, and I'm going to show this in the next beginner's video, is how to trade and how to spot things. One thing I learned that I'm going to share on the next video is very important, okay? It is about how to identify a trend with basic TA without feeling like you're less than because you haven't done it as long as some of us, and some of those charts are like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm looking at. I am going to be going over some simple ways to know, okay, downtrend, okay, uptrend, okay, and also when to spot, okay, we've now entered a bearish trend, maybe it's time for me to take profits. But don't worry, guys, those are just some of the cryptocurrencies I'm in. I'm also in Clearpool Finance as far as altcoins go. And also, I am going to be posting some cryptocurrencies. And also, I will not be afraid to say, hey, guys, let's go in on this cryptocurrency and see if we can flip a 2X and go enter some various cryptocurrencies. I did that all last month. We were super successful. I mean, we hit meme coins up for 2 and 3Xs. We were hitting Axlor up for almost a 3X. We had Aerodrome almost up for a 3X. I absolutely study this for you guys and spot these trends. Not many people can say on Ondo that they got a 3X. Nobody can say on Tau they got a 3X. Nobody can say on Casper they got a 3X. But guess what? Out of my picks, Axlar, Aerodrome, both of those, almost 3Xs, right? And on multiple meme coins that I called that were just swing trading, right? or basically day trading. And so I am going to be making sure to stay tight with you guys, and everything is part of the plan. Okay, when it is time to get going, tomorrow may be a big day. So I may, if it is, I am going to be on there 24/7. I'll be there with you guys the whole step of the way. You guys, a lot of you guys messaged me, and I made sure to cut our leverage trades, and all of them were in profit. We ended up great. And our spot trades, I said, hey, take profit. We all took profit. We were all up. And I made sure to say, okay, right now the market is volatile. Let's take a short break. Some people, you can feel, I really just have to keep trading on leverage. I need more and more and more. Sometimes the best route is saying, okay, let me take this time and look into some cryptocurrencies. I want you guys to bring some cryptocurrencies to me, what you guys think of them, and I will do deep dives on them. Okay, just because I try to keep a short portfolio that I am mega bullish on. I do not over diversify. Just like Warren Buffett said, why would you over diversify when you're sure that what you have is absolutely worth what you've invested in? And that is what I bring to the group. And my track record speaks for itself. I may not sit there and post 30 posts saying, hey, Bitcoin may go to 109,000, Bitcoin may go to 107,000. That to me is valuable. But to me, what's valuable is to make you guys, to help change your lives, okay? And compound money. Okay, the addition of money is nothing. We're talking about compounding money. Okay, and that's what I'm here to do for you guys. And I will work my ass off to make sure that you guys are successful. I can't guarantee that. But so far, the track record has been pretty good. And like I said, nothing is financial advice. Everything can go to zero. But I'm here and I'm going to work for you guys. Okay, every step of the way. Just do not give up. And listen, I know things can be emotional. So if you don't see 30 trades a day on leverage, you're like, oh, somebody's the GOAT because they posted 30 trades. And, hey, maybe 10 of those got stopped out, but 30 or maybe all 30 of them were great. It doesn't matter. We have the best trading people here. Our traders are amazing. If you're not in this group, Crypto Strategy School, you need to join. Our people are printing daily. Our people are the best. They print daily. Whether you want to mitigate risk and you're like, hey, SatoshiCheck, I do want to do some leverage, but I want to preserve capital, and I'm okay with doing a little bit more spot trading than leverage because I want to preserve that capital. I had 7 people come to me, and almost in tears, some of them, and they said, SatoshiCheck, I wish I had listened to you. You told us, you said, don't over leverage, focus on spot and save cash. And they said, I put it all in leverage and I lost it all. I lost my whole net worth I had in crypto and I'm done. I lost everything. And that broke my heart because not because I'm the king or the GOAT. No, I have lost many years ago, and nobody ever doesn't lose. If they tell you they don't lose, they're lying. But I know sometimes it's better to say, okay, no trades for this day. The market's volatile. That means I should probably lay back and kind of monitor the market, look for what's going on, spot some new things. Please bring that to the group. I am going to be I'm locked in with a lot of people. And when I mean that, I'm locked in with a lot of huge influencers, a lot of people that know how the market's going, and I am bringing that to the group, okay? And one other thing. So the market has not seen the altcoin season. One, but because usually we usually go to range lows, which we're almost there with altcoins before we see a bounce, and also Bitcoin dominance, along with institutional interest for Bitcoin, has been pretty high. And when Bitcoin dominance is high, there's no rotation. But we are seeing smart money positioning. Okay, they are positioning. Okay, there will be a rotation. Okay, because even smart money knows they're not going to get a 30x, a 50x, a 10x, even a 5x on Bitcoin. Not at this point, right? So I am going to be here and make sure when it's time for the rate cuts, when it's time, and like I said, I can't guarantee anything, but when it's time that it's on, our group is going to be one of the best places to be. We are a family, like I said, and we do well. And if you're new and you did not get to witness some of my trades on my section, go back and look at how many multiple X's we did on spot trading when everybody in the market was whining because their whole portfolio was down and we were printing off a spot. If that doesn't speak for me, I don't know what will. But like I said, I don't ask you to trust in me. I ask you to look at the market. Okay, look at what I do, not what I say. Look at my results, not what I tell you. Okay, going forward, it's going to, I am very confident. ETH is also in that phase where I believe a reversal is coming very soon. Now, I can't promise anything. We're going to have to see how the Federal Reserve in the next July meeting is going to come out, if they're dovish, if their stance is a little bit different. Can be super bullish for crypto. If we get some, may possibly CPI, if we get some data in that changes their stance to a more dovish stance, even if we don't get rate cuts, I truly believe that we're in a phase of suppression. When people say, "Oh man, it's suppression," listen, that's not a lie. Okay, I can tell you, I watch all the time stuff being sent by Binance Hot Wallet, Wintermute, all the time, suppressing the price all the time. Okay, that will last until it doesn't. Okay, when smart money has accumulated, I truly believe this is going to be one of the, maybe not the last cycle, but one of the big returning cycles. Okay, we are not in euphoria. Are you in euphoria? I'm not. Okay, yeah, we made 2X's. Am I in it for a 2X? No, no, no. My Bitcoin did more than my altcoins this year, you know? And so I just want to end this with this. I'm coming out with some beginner videos of how to allocate if you're just doing, you're just beginning. Right now, what I am suggesting, and this is not financial advice, is DCA Moonwell at current price, DCA Axlar, DCA Clearpool, DCA Cookie DAO, and DCA Aerodrome, okay, last. Okay, Aerodrome is, I believe, is going to be super successful. But for return ratio, I am definitely looking at Axlar, Cookie DAO, Moonwell, I believe, is the best risk reward ratio. Some of these altcoins have not printed reversals on the 3-day, so I will be making sure to notify the group when we do get a trend reversal, and that's an absolute, for me, make sure we got spot, because it's going to be time to get the wheels turning. It's going to be time to be, getting ready, taking profits, setting sell limits, and I'm going to be going over that with the group, how to implement stop losses, trailing stops, and also sell limits. Okay, that is coming out in the recorded videos, and I'm also going to be coming out, guys. This is a core portfolio. This is what I call a non-diversified extreme conviction portfolio. Now, some people will tell you, "Hey, look, I got 20 cryptocurrencies." I don't know. I mean, I didn't make my first million off of 20 various cryptocurrencies. I probably lost 50%, and off of 10 cryptocurrencies made the most money. So I keep a very close portfolio, something I can always monitor, something I can always put on my favorites list, monitor at all times, and set sell limits on. Okay. And also, I monitor it. I keep a certain amount on an exchange, the rest on a cold wallet. Okay, that way, if we do get a God candle and I want to take profits, my sell limit's there, so it takes that profit off the table, whether it's 15% or 20%. That's all in the recorded videos with a graph. Okay, so listen, guys, I promise to give it 100% for you guys. This is my third cycle in. My last 2 cycles have been my most successful. My first one was my learning cycle. At least I didn't sell my Bitcoin. That's the only thing I learned successfully my first time, and I also learned from my failures. So that's why I'm here. That's why they picked me to be here at the CSS school, the Crypto Strategy School, is because I bring insight, and I try to spot trends before they happen, and I don't shill coins. Look at me again. I do not shill coins. The reason why is because I was broke before, okay? And I have no interest off of making money off of somebody who's trying to change their life. You got me all the way backwards, okay? All the way backwards. And you can see it in my eyes. I will never stoop that low. I have been offered You know, when they gave me the job here, I said I'd love to do it, not because of the whatever, because I'd love to help people get out of their circumstances. My mom couldn't afford things, right? I changed our whole family's life. I live in a foreign country. I have houses in 3 different countries. Okay, I did that off of conviction. I didn't do that off of playing around in the meme coin casino. Okay, don't get addicted to that shit. Now we will do some meme coin trades, but we aren't going to be addicted. If we get a 3x, we're gone. If we get a 5x, we're gone. I don't care. That's when I'm taking profit. I can't give you financial advice, but you know I'm going to tell you, hey, I'm taking profit. You know, always respect your profit. Okay, Satoshi check out. I will be here for you guys. We're going to rock the shit out of this. Like I said, I can't promise anything. I have to say that, but like I said, I'm planning on rocking this thing out. Buckle your seatbelts. Do not give up. Capitulation is a sign of bigger things coming. Get ready. I'll see you guys soon. And just like I said, be ready, because when we really get to it, it is going to be a whole nother world, guys. So Satoshi, check out. Like I said, this is a late night for me. I'm getting over a cold. Unfortunately, when you're out traveling a lot, you get cold. So I'm out for the day. If you guys want to ask me any questions, please ask me questions. I'm here for you guys, and I'll Satoshi check out, and I will talk to you guys soon. Yeah, absolutely. I want to talk to a few people. So if you got some questions, if you're still here, ask me questions. I am here in the chat. So I just want to spend this time in the chat just for a few minutes. Act AI. I will check Act AI out, okay? Because I know these streams are long. You can't always stay to the end of them, okay? I get that. Don't worry. I'm the same way. It's like 20 minutes in, and, oh gosh, dinner, don't worry. I'll check any cryptocurrencies you have. And on top of that, guys, like, just check my history if you're new. When everybody was in the dumps, we were ups on spot. Okay. So, yeah, absolutely, man. Edgar, shout out to Edgar, man. And like, if you're new, like I said, don't take my word for it. Just look at my track history. These calls have been prior to any trends. Like Axlar boomed off of social media out of nowhere. Nobody was talking about Axlar, but I was like, they have more partnerships than anybody. JP Morgan, all these people, nobody was like, but they saw that when I talked about it, and they were like, okay, that you're right. They got into that, and they were like, boom, I can't believe we just, popped this off and nothing else is going. And I'm like, yeah. And Aerodrome, same thing. Nobody's talking about it. They were like, boom, pop that off. Everybody's like, nothing else is going on, and we did that. I'm like, yeah. So we are going to keep going. I appreciate it, man. I'm not a legend. I'm just someone that, does this for a living, and I got time. So I want to give back to us here at the Crypto Strategy School. The people that run this are really great people. And what I love best about this school is, and I do the coaching and I do a lot of the trading. And I really love to focus on financial freedom, and especially protection of capital. Okay. And I'm saying this because I've been there. Okay. Now, like, would you rather lose everything or leave this bull run in a profit, have money to take care of some of the debts, some things maybe you really wanted, and be able to invest again? And this next time when you invest again, be the time you get that million or get that 5 million, right? Or, so that's what I'm going for with this, guys. I've given you guys some of the stuff today. I'm coming out with a video selection. I'm a very simple guy, but I'm very to the point. If I'm bullish on something, it's for a reason, because I've studied it inside out. I've looked at the connections. I've studied every connection in between. Meaning, if somebody is, a dev, I've looked at that dev. Who does that dev communicate with? I'm in everything. So if I'm bullish on it, there's a reason why I'm bullish on it. And like I said, right now it's going to be Moonwell, Axelar, Cookie Dow. Seapool is still in a great demand zone. They're doing a lot of on-chain finance, fits into DeFi, and I will be posting a lot of spot day trades. Like we did multiple 2Xs on day trades, multiple days in a row. We're going to keep doing that. Shout out to everybody. I really appreciate you guys being here. Thanks for all the great comments. And I will be having a whole video series. We're going to go deeper into this when we do have the market turn around. A lot of people are super, super negative. You know why? Because they're not us. That's why. First of all, they're not us. And that's just a fact. I'm not being ignorant or whatever. They're just not us. They may have 10 million followers, 5 million followers. They're not us. They're on, crying in the casino. Oh my gosh, this is the worst bull run ever. And our group's pulling 2X, 3X, left and right when the market's going good, and they're saying it's the worst bull run ever. So just because somebody has the most influence does not make them qualify to talk to someone. I never really did social media. I'm a really reserved person as well as I took this on because I really wanted to, give back, and also, karma goes around. If you help people, it comes back to you. And I hope I can help this group to the best of my ability. SatoshiCheck out. I will talk to you guys soon, okay? And I got another stream coming in, some videos, okay? And I will be posting. As soon as the market is going, we will have daily trades on there as always. So talk to you guys soon. Peace out. All right. I'll talk to you guys soon.